Sophia here. I'm a psychic medium. I'm here to do some readings. Okay, they are paid readings through PayPal. I'll be on here for 2 hours. Now, not everybody can get PayPal where you are, but so I will be doing 3 free collective readings during the live. So keep tuned for those, my lovely. Okay, so I'm going to just get into see where everybody is. Okay. Hi, man. Alright, I don't like that it's doing that, so that's better. Okay, Oliver, they're paid readings, my lovely. Or Patty, sorry. Right. I'm just going to drop some things into the chat first. Man, I can see that you paid, so let me just put in some bits here. So that whilst I'm doing your reading, people can be reading something. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? Just put a yes or a no. Thank you. Right. Right, just popping these into the chat. And then we'll get going. Okay. Okay, man, I didn't really read your question quick enough. You said something about spirit message from Coco and also your dad, did you say? Let's turn that around a bit. For the energy between me and Ahmed, £5 reading message from Coco, £5 reading from Dad. Okay, Spirit is wanting me to go with Coco because I've got Coco here straight away. Okay. Coco's saying that he didn't have any pain when he left. Okay, so it wasn't in pain. It was quite quick. Okay, and saying that you gave me life filled with joy and safety and taught me love, even though without cages. Okay. Yeah, again, that love. Okay, the lovers there. So you gave, he was here to give you comfort during emotional times, okay, and to bring you joy when things felt heavy, okay, but still around you, all right. You didn't lose me, Coco saying, and I'm flying higher than ever now. All right. Um, well, yes, you know, it would be, my lovely, unless there's scientific evidence, okay, that is what happened. You're just going to have to know that, you know, that she's with your dad. I'm hearing, okay. She's happy, she's free, and she's not far away from you. All right, just talk to her like you did before. I'm hearing, okay, especially when you're feeling down. Okay, let's come into your dad's energy. Okay, Iman's dad. Okay, just wanting those really. Okay, so he's coming through saying again about, you know, the normal love you, etc. Okay, he says that every time. But he's saying here about this conflict still. Now, this conflict can still be family conflict, or it can just be your own inner conflict. Okay. And he's sort of saying, when as soon as I pulled that, I heard him say, forgive yourself. Okay, forgive yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. All right. Because it's not a forgiveness that he's wanting from you or you needing from him, because we've been through all that when he passed. Okay, so it's not related to that. And again, following your feelings, your intuition. All right. He's not really saying a lot. So is there something you wanted to ask him? Because he's really not coming through with a lot. And I noticed that last time in the reading. Okay, he is saying he still cares. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So what he's saying here, I'm asking him for more. All right. He's saying, look, you've still got attachments to how you see relationships, how you see love. All right. And you've still got a lot of anxiety around this. But it's about when you have know your worth and value. Okay, value. It's not about money. It's your value. What is your worth and value? Your time is value, isn't it? As well. That is when it unlocks the key to your heart. All right. When you're still looking outside of you for love, love is safe. Love is easy. It's not meant to be hard. Okay. So when you're still sort of chasing love, you are always chasing love. You don't chase love. You become the magnet to love when you love yourself and know your worth and value. Okay, so that's what he's saying there. Yes, Coco is with him. We established that before, my lovely. Okay, go with the flow more of life. All right, go with the flow more of life. There's a lot of beliefs that have been that you've absorbed, okay, and taken on, that are not yours to have, and that's why you find you're in conflict. Okay, that's what he's saying here. Turn your back on those emotions that are no longer serving you. All right, that are no longer yours to keep making you feel anxious, because you're sat there in this sort of he's saying melancholy, but it's not a word I usually use, so I'm not really sure what it means. Like that sort of life is passing me by. I don't know what to do. What have I got to fix? What have I got to get? What's happening? Why is nothing changing? Okay, so you're feeling in that anxiety within yourself. Okay, so let's go into the current energy between you and Ahmed. Okay, so Spirit, the current energy between Ahmed, Iman and Ahmed, please. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stay with these. Right, so in his energy we have the Tower and the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this is showing for me, remember, I don't read the tarot as the tarot, I don't care. Okay, they're just pictures for you. So this is showing that there's still sort of chaos within him emotionally. All right, he's not a very happy bunny altogether, Spirit is saying at the moment. Yeah, he's at that two paths. Okay, which way do I go here? In not just your connection, even though I'm asking about you, how he feels towards you. Yes and no, Spirit is saying. Okay, so that sort of energy of I don't know what to do with your, how he feels about you, and also with what he is in. Okay, now in your energy, so he's very imbalanced. Okay, so Spirit is saying, look at you still in this negative energy. What are these two women doing? They're poking this devil away, poking away the negativity, okay, which is your thoughts. Okay, you're letting your fears come in. Okay, you're fearful. But the Spirit is saying you are the magic wand. You're the wand. It's got nothing to do with Ahmed. Okay, it's who you're identifying as. Well, you at the moment are identifying as a man who's trying to change this situation, waiting for it to change, hoping it will change. What am I going to do next? What can I do to make him change his mind? How can I change this situation? That's why you're feeling drained and exhausted. Okay, that's why your mind is in chaos. This room with all the paper everywhere is your mind in chaos. So outside is looking chaotic. Okay, you're the wand. Just see him as loving you. Go to the end, as all the teachers say. Okay, so Spirit is trying to guide you forward in every reading that you have, but you're still focused on the two of you being separate from each other. Okay, you're sitting there reflecting and looking and hoping that something's going to change. Well, nothing can change. So that's why it feels like hard work. And you're drowning in your emotions. Okay, when all you need to do is wake up every day and remind yourself of who you are. It's your identity that changes things, who you're identifying as. Okay, and then you have to trust the process, trust the unfolding of it from the state of you knowing who you are. Okay, you know, there's already a version of him that's yours. Okay, but you're not focused on that version. You're focused on the version who's not, because you're not holding yourself in high enough honor. All right, you're not holding yourself in knowing your worth and value. Your self-concept is highly important, because if you don't address that, that is the identity you operate from. Okay, so you're stuck between what you want and what you don't want. But this woman here is holding the key. Okay, this person has got the key in their hand. Which door am I going to go through? So you have to decide in every now moment what story you're telling yourself. You either have it or you don't. You're putting things off into a future that doesn't exist. The future is being created in this now moment. Okay, with what you say you are, with who you say you are. Spirit is correcting me there, sorry. Okay. And it goes back into last week's, not last week's, the video, the live I did on, what day are we on now? Sunday. On Wednesday, when we were chatting, you know, when I was chatting with people in the chat. Okay. What did I keep saying? When you shift your awareness onto what you want and embody the version of you who already has it, and you don't contradict it, life has no choice but to reflect it back to you. Okay? But you're still going around telling a story that is not serving you. So you're keeping yourself in a loop of lack. Hi, Sue, sweetheart. Love you, love you, love you. Okay? So that's why you're feeling drained. When you think about your person, when you think about yourself, you will know where you are, who you identify as, because you'll have the answer as soon as you think about it. Because the version of you that has it is not thinking those thoughts, okay? When you're putting things into the future, you're in a waiting hold. Even when you know that there's an event happening in the future, so say you're going on holiday, yes, it appears to be in the future, okay, because you're not going on holiday today. So let's say that today is what, the September the 7th, and say you're going on holiday in a week's time. Yes, that appears in linear time to be in the future. Okay, so you're not going around today saying, I am on holiday. Okay, but you know you're going on holiday. All right, so it's that sort of knowing as well. All right, so when you are going around now, because remember, life isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. So if you're waiting for the physical world to change, it's not going to until you change, because it's always the reflection. Okay, my lovelies. Let's get into the first of the collective free readings, which is going to be a spirit message. Remember, you're a human being. Who are you being, Spirit is saying? Okay? You're being a man who doesn't have everything that she's wanting. Well, it's already yours. You're just not aligning yourself with it. Remember, you're broadcasting all day. And everybody and everything in your world is just mirroring back what you're broadcasting. So the first thought that you have when you think about something will be what is dominant within you, and the reason why you have it or you don't have it. Okay? Right. Right, let's get into the spirit message for the collective. So spirit, what message do we have for the collective today, please? Okay. So the first card we have is your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. Okay? Because you're very close to achieving your goal. Now, again, this is not personal. It is a collective reading. All right? But playtime, have fun. It's supposed to be fun. Life isn't an effort unless you make it an effort. Okay? The dolphins know the importance of playing as joy creates miracles and manifestation. All right, if you, and let me carry on with this, travel, all right, an upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways for some of you. What was Spirit saying here? Oh yeah, with this one, okay, the importance of playing as joy creates miracles and manifestations. And on here, have patience and faith and don't try to force things to happen. How many times have you tried to force something and it's blown up in your face? Okay, but when you're just allowing life and you're not really thinking about it or whatever, it shows up. All right, so what Spirit is saying is that if you imagine these cards are a line, okay, our place as a human being is supposed to be, okay, our normal resting place is supposed to be like contented, satisfied, calm, peaceful. All right, and we can move up the scale into excitement, joy, okay, an increased level of excitement or feeling, having positive feelings, okay, but most of the time we are in the lower end, the negative end of the scale, okay, because we are not being in the present. How many times do we mentally time travel? Where are your thoughts? Most of the time they're in the past or in the future. Okay, you're not being in the present, so you're feeling anxious, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling worried, okay, based on past experiences as well. Okay, so Spirit is saying, I love this card when they pull this black horse is your negative thoughts and the white horse is your positive thoughts. Okay, which horse is in the lead? Take action in the thoughts, the story you go around telling yourself. Because which horse do you want to win? Okay, when you are operating from a fear-based energy more than a positive-based energy, you're going to experience more things to worry and stress about. Okay. Welcome to all of you watching, my lovelies. Hello, Tessa. Okay, so the next free collective reading will be at 1:45. Okay, and that will be the love reading. But if anybody wants to get their own personal reading, it is paid readings only via PayPal. And if anybody needs the link again without going into the description box, if you're on a phone or whatever, and it's difficult to navigate back to, then let me know and I will drop the details into the chat. Okay, I am a psychic medium. I only use the cards as pictures for you whilst I'm on YouTube. Okay, so you've got something to look at. And also I channel loved ones in spirit and pets in spirit, even what your pet here thinks about you. I'm just going to drop some more into the chat. I don't just do readings while I'm live. I do them all the time, every day. Okay. And most people go for the video reading, recorded reading, so that they can watch it over and over and over. Because sometimes when you're having a live reading, you don't take in everything. Okay, Tessa, this is paid readings, my lovely. Not free readings. I do 3 free collective readings. And the next one will be a love reading that is at 1:45. Hi, Wendy Ann. So just close your eyes and imagine it lifting up. That opened so easily. A collective reading means that it's for anybody who's listening. Okay, now it's not personal. So being a collective reading, it may resonate with you, it may not, because it's not personal. All right. You're welcome. So if you're just joining, welcome, my lovelies. I am a psychic medium. Okay, I don't just do normal, general love or work readings. I do channeling spirit and pets, etc. And even seeing what your pet thinks of you while it's still here. But if you do want your own personal reading, then the paid readings are still open, and it is a PayPal. Okay, if you do want a reading, let me know, and I will put the link into the chat. Hello, Neela, my lovely. I'm fine, thank you. I'll put 1/4 to the hour because it's different time zones. but the other bit, 1/4 is still the same wherever you are. My lovely, these are paid readings, not free readings. Hello, my lovely. Yes, hello, Akanksha. I did say hello, my lovely. But it is paid readings only. I don't know if you heard that bit. You can do, Neela. Send me the email first rather than you pay for one. And then I just tell you it's something I discussed in the last one or the one before. Okay. But look at what you, yes, Akanksha, is paid readings, and it does say that in the title of the video, my lovely, of the live. Neela, when you're typing out a question, look at what you're asking, because the question is your answer as to where you are. Okay, do you understand, Neela? Wendy Ann, if you're still watching, how was your trip away? Was it good? Good, good. Good, Neela. Wonderful. Oh, that's nice. Wendy Ann. And was her husband Steve's dad's spirit felt by anyone? That was a bit of a mouthful. Good. Good, good. Thank you, Neela. I finally got there. Realizing. There you go, Wendy Ann. You'd be surprised at how many songs are very in tune. If you listen to Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror, that is very good. As to who are you saying you are? Okay. Yes, they will put on, send you songs so that you can hear the words as well. All sorts of ways spirit will come through. But you know when it is. Yes. Well, we knew he was going on the trip as well. He was probably there before you were. Right, so coming up in a couple of minutes at 1:45 is going to be the Love Collective reading. Okay, so whether you're single, in a relationship, in having ups and downs in a connection, in no contact, okay, Spirit usually addresses them all. Okay, but it could be, sometimes they do dip one out. Okay, so we'll have to see what comes through this evening. But there are every live that I've done since I've been back on my channel, okay, doing the lives, they do have timestamps for the collective readings that I've done in there. So the spirit message, the love message, and the career message. So you don't have to trawl through the 2-hour lives. You can go straight to them and listen, because if tonight's ones don't resonate, then the others might. Also, you can check out my shorts. There's lots of yes, no, quick shorts. There's no contact ones, etc. There's pick a card readings. You know, you name it, I've done it. And it doesn't matter how long ago I did it, they're timeless. All right, if you come across it, then there's a message. Hello, Jonathan. Okay, let's get into the love collective reading. Okay. And I'll explain how Spirit does this in a moment. Okay, I mean, what the basis of it for is. Where did I just see that one? I just moved. Yeah. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. So this is pretty good, okay, for all of you, whichever category you are in. Now, these are going to be the basis, okay, the basis to all three of the readings, okay? So whether you're single, ready to mingle, you've got nobody from your past that you are still hoping to reconnect with or wanting back or any dealings with, you are single and you're ready to mingle. Okay, then it will go into those of you who are in no contact. Okay, so whether you've had a falling out or whether it's somebody who's drifted out of your life and you haven't heard from them for a long time. Okay, and then the last one will be for if any of you are in an up and down relationship. Okay, so and what I will do, so this is the basis. Okay, and then I will pull in different ones for single, no contact, and ups and downs. Right, so for those of you who's single, okay, there's definitely action being taken here. Okay, action being taken and somebody offering you friendship or love. Now, sometimes it can start off from friendship, but look at the green light here. This is Spirit is drawing me to the green. You've got the green light. This is soon. Okay. Yeah, over the next 7, they're saying. Okay, so it could be over the next 7 days or within the next 7 weeks. Okay, if you're single. Now, so again here, okay, this where is he? This person serenading. Okay, serenading here. coming in with love. The energy is now ready. Again, action. Okay, action here. I know the cards don't mean anything for you, but expect it. Expect it. All right, this could be a relationship that lasts into commitment or marriage that's coming in next, a new beginning. Okay, so have faith and trust. Okay, so love, if you're looking for love, love is coming within 7 days, could be within 7 hours for some of you. Okay, but certainly for most of you who are watching, then within 7 weeks. All right, but it's something that you, Spirit is saying you will feel it straight away. Okay, now that doesn't have to be that spark. It doesn't have to be that intensity. It could just be, even if you start as friends, you just know it feels different, Spirit is saying. Okay, so that's the key. Right, obviously they can't give you where you're going to meet them because it's a collective reading. Okay, they're not going to say what they look like. It's a collective reading. Okay, you're not all going to meet the same person. And one of these, Spirit, yes, it's going to be a very strong heart connection. Okay, what you feel, they will feel. Okay, and that's why I feel that a lot of you, this will be the one. Okay, it'll be the one. Yeah, you know, basking in your happiness there. There's even a little baby in like a towel hanging off here. So again, it could lead to children. All right, so that's a beautiful one for if you're single, ready to mingle. Okay, so going into no contact, where you've got somebody still on your heart, you haven't let go of somebody in your heart, and you're wondering if they're going to come back. Now, obviously, it is a collective. It's not a guarantee that they will come back. Okay, but Spirit is saying, yes, they are really. Again, not for all of you. It's not personal. All right, but you know, there's action being taken from this person, even if they come in a small way, testing the waters. Okay, testing. A lot of them have been held back by pride. Okay, their pride, their ego. But I feel that they'll reach out and test the waters. So that could just be a high. Don't get upset about it. A high means that they've been thinking about you. It's better than silence. Okay, for some of you, it could be coming in with an apology. It could be coming in with I've missed you, etc., etc. Okay, but again, you know, the energy where you thought it was impossible and you've been sat there missing them, they've been missing you. Okay, so again, what seemed dead is coming back to life. Okay, where they're coming in, serenading you, offering you love, even if it's not straight away. Okay, this little love card is you're the person with the key to my heart, my true heart's desire. Will you grow old with me? Marry. Okay, what was this other one that flipped over then? I miss you more than you will ever know. I just long to be with you. I want to come back. Okay, so that would be like them missing you, you missing them, thinking it's impossible. Okay, well, it's not. Okay, expect it. Know and expect. Trust how your heart feels. Again, this can go to marriage this time around, or if you've been married and separated. Okay, there's new beginnings where you felt left out in the cold in all this frost and ice into the warm sunshine. Have faith. Okay, so a message for no contacts. Yeah, into a solid, loving relationship. These statues are made of what? Stone. Solid. Okay, the two beautiful white doves signifying things being more peaceful between you this time. All right, so it has the potential, but a lot of people will want somebody back, but they don't do the work. They haven't worked on why it fell apart in the first place. You can't just pick up where you left off. That didn't work. So bear that in mind as well, Spirit is saying. Neela, I will read your message in a minute. Okay, I haven't read it yet, so hold fire for a moment. Now, for those of you in up and down, okay, yeah, there is action again being taken. Expect it. There's new life to this relationship. Okay, have faith. There's a new start coming. And Spirit is saying, yeah, you know, the join the dots. It's written in the stars. All right, there can be a future still to this connection. where you can be happy together, even live together. If you already live together, then setting up that cozy home together. All right. And again, we had the number 7. So if you're having ups and downs in a relationship, then within, you know, yeah, union. Okay. Coming back together for those of you in no contact, but coming back together if you're out of unity at the moment. Okay. Where things are unbalanced, up and down. Okay. Things can be balanced. So a very positive love reading for the collective this week. Pretty straightforward, which is nice. Okay, Neela, give me one moment. And the timestamp for that reading will be put in to the comments at the end of the live, okay? I said, Neela, I haven't, because I was doing the collective love reading, I haven't read your email yet, so hold fire, okay, so that I can read it. Do not pay yet, in other words. Right, so the next free collective reading will be a career one, and that's going to be at past, around the past mark. You still have time for any of you who are wanting your own personal reading. If not, if you can't get PayPal where you are, or you don't want your own private reading on here, you can book your own personal reading, okay, if you don't want it read out, you know, for everybody to hear on here. But also the details are in the description. I'm on here for another hour. Right. If not, then check out my videos, shorts. There's loads of pick a card readings. There's loads of yes, no ones, no contact ones, you name it. I've done it. Right, Neela, let me go and find your emu. You don't need a reading for that, Neela. Okay, you would, if it was anybody, okay, send a message saying, even if you say, I sorry to hear about your father. My mum told me that you had contacted her, and I'm just offering you my condolences. Hope you're okay. Well, you don't even have to do hope you're okay, because he's probably not. You know what I mean? Okay, you don't need to waste your money having something that is, there's no problem. You're the only one holding a problem around it. Okay, if it was a friend, and he is a friend, you can't see him as the energy, or else he'll never come back. This is why Spirit keeps showing you fears. Okay, what are you fearing? You're either with him or you're not. Okay, even though, you know, you don't have to look at it like you're trying to force something. Spirit's saying again, you don't need a reading. He's not fucking jumping through hoops and over the moon. He's grieving. Okay, use your logic, Spirit is saying. You don't, it's when people are sending messages to their specific person and they're going to get triggered if they don't get a reply. Okay, because you're doing something to force something. No, just send him the message. If he doesn't reply, he doesn't reply. If he does, he does. Okay, but it's the ball's back in, you know, you've sent that message as a friend or somebody who you know, okay, and he knows, and you're just saying, I'm sorry to hear about your father. Okay? So, no, don't waste your money on a reading. Because half of it is logic, Neela, Spirit is saying. Right, then just send it. What's the problem, Spirit is saying, in you saying, I spoke to my mother. My mother told me that you've just lost your father. Okay. I'm just sending you my condolences, or however you would word it. Okay. As I was saying earlier, your first thought is your answer to where you are. Okay. So to what identity you're operating from and broadcasting. Remember, your thoughts are not private. They are not stuck in your skull. You are transmitting, you're broadcasting all day long your thoughts to people. Every time you think about somebody or a situation, you are having a load of thoughts that are being broadcast out there to be reflected back to you. Okay? So if you think about someone, your specific person or your money or your job or a family member or a friend or whatever it is, or yourself, what, when it pops into your head, is the first thought you have? Because that will show you who you are identifying as, somebody who has it or doesn't, is fearful, worried, stressed, or perfectly fine. Okay? It's never about them, Neela. I can't drum this in anymore. It's about you. If you feel good with it, send it. Doesn't matter, because if you're feeling good with it and you're saying to yourself, he's going to love this fucking message because I'm the best thing since sliced bread, he will like the message. Okay? Hello, Stormy, my lovely. Hello, Melfi, sweetheart. So, Neela, that's not my story anymore, is it? Neela, that's not my story anymore. What is my story? That he loves hearing from me. He doesn't care if I blow up his phone 24/7. Okay, he's constantly blowing up my phone. He's initiating contact with me. Okay, look at what you're telling yourself, remember. It's all the story you're telling yourself and the thoughts you're having. When you're putting things into the future, you're delaying things. Okay, because your thoughts right now, there is only right now in time, isn't there? So I've learnt, you saying to me earlier, oh, you're in your power. Yeah, because I've learnt that if I am ever thinking of something in the future, then I have to remind myself I have it now. Because your thoughts now of who you say you are and what you've got is what you're going to experience. So you either have it now in your mind, oh yeah, I forgot, I've already got that. You know, I don't like saying the word forgot. I just remembered, I've already got that. Okay. Or I already am that person. Okay. As within, so without. Remember that. Yes, Neela. Remember, Neela, you are either the person who has him or you're not. If you're not walking around in your head identifying with yourself as the version of you and the version of him that are in that happy relationship, then you're not going to get it. Okay? Only your identity gets what you want. Okay? Who you are conscious of being and what you say you have. Not doing and waiting, but being and knowing. So you're still operating from Neela, who is still waiting and hoping that one day. So that's why nothing's changing, sweetheart. That's why you're not with him. You know, I had somebody in the week from Wednesday's live where I said, like, if you imagine that this is your heart, the red is your heart, I want this person, okay, and this is your head, your thoughts, okay, and in your heart you're wanting that person, and your thoughts are as if you're, yes, we're together, of course he loves me, of course I'm chosen, of course I'm prioritized, etc., etc. Okay, we've got a beautiful relationship. Even if the physical world is showing you the total opposite, you are in alignment. Your thoughts are in alignment with your heart. When she noticed that she wanted the relationship, but her thoughts were, every time she thought about a person, he's a shit. Okay, she was having horrible thoughts about him. That's not in alignment. You're out of alignment. Okay? You can't want something and go around in your head slagging it off. Okay? That's why I keep telling you, and as all the greats say, you either have your person in your head or have what you want in your head, or you don't. Because whichever, you're always right. So if you're going around saying you don't have it, you're right. You don't have it, and you will get more things to experience in the physical world that prove to you and show you that you don't have it. It's that simple. Okay? There's no fixing, there's no forcing, there's no feeling or healing anything You're a human being. Just be the person and identify from the person who has it. And then life will reflect it back to you. You will have to experience it, because life is the reflection of what you're saying in your head, the story you're telling yourself. Good. Fantastico. Yes. You are the proof. Okay. She was just the reflection. You're the proof. You're the signs. You're the evidence. When you're looking for signs, proof, and evidence outside of you, you're not going to find it. Because if you, you are the signs, the proof, and the evidence. Because what you say goes. You're right. Okay? So you started to tell a different story, and there you go. She reflected that back to you. And it's the same whether it's your lover, your family member you haven't spoken to in a long time. You just change the story. The only person giving yourself the physical experience here is yourself. Okay, so give yourself the best experience in your head instead of going around telling yourself a shit one. Exactly, because everything already exists. It's what you're choosing and deciding on. Okay, when you choose and decide that she answers, lovely in a calm way, etc., whether she answers in minutes, an hour, a day, or whatever, if you'd have had the thought she answers calm and then like in the next breath say, oh no, but she's always neurotic, you would have probably got the neurotic one. Okay, you have to persist in the new thought, in the new story, the new labels. Yes, being unmoved and unbothered. Because you said so. You had already declared she will be calm. There you go. Because I said so. Hello, Anna, my lovely. I don't understand what you mean by mana energy. What do you mean, Neela? Your physical world is a reflection of who you are identifying as. Okay, so you should be all day long, if you're wanting to change your outside world, your thoughts should be identifying with you as a version who has it or is it. So your thoughts, that's how you recognize. Okay, if you're thinking about something in the day, okay, if you're waking up in the morning and you're thinking, oh, another day, I wonder if my boss will be nice to me today, I wonder if I'll hear from my specific person today, you're going to be in the loop of your normal identity. You're identifying as the person who hasn't got your life that you want. Okay, instead of waking up in the morning feeling that you're loved, that you're chosen, that you're everybody's top priority, that no one is better than you. Okay, nobody compares to you. You're chosen. You're heard, you're acknowledged, you're beautiful, you're healthy, you're in a loving relationship. Okay, when you're going through your day, when a thought pops into your head, the first thought that you have, okay, when it's popped into your head, is the state that you're in. That's how you recognize. There's nothing outside of you happening. You are all that is. You are reality itself. Everything is coming from you. You're the one broadcasting out onto the screen of space and time. Everything is just a mirror. That's why I keep saying, look at the story you're telling yourself, because that's what you're going to experience. Okay, my lovelies, we've got 5 minutes till the collective career reading. Sometimes Spirit will include finances in that. I never know till we start the reading. The only thing you shift, Neela, is your awareness. Your awareness is what you're thinking, what you're aware of, onto that which you do want instead of that what you don't want. You are the power. When you're giving your power away to something outside of you, whether it's a reader or anybody, okay, you're giving your power away. Your world is what you say it is. Okay, spirit will just reflect back to you where you are at this current time. Okay, yes, I can decipher it differently, but it's no different to what they've said. They're not going to suddenly say something different, Neela. You either have it and are it, or you're not, because there is only the now moment. Are you going around as Neela saying you have it and remembering you've got it without the proof and evidence of the physical world, because the physical world will only reflect back who you're identifying as? As Bashar says, give yourself the permission slip. The permission slip to have what you're desiring, because it's already yours. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, who are you? Person in lack and waiting, or the one who knows who they are and what they've got without proof and evidence because you said so? It's your choice and decision right now in every moment. Okay, because there is only now. No, you're lying to yourself, thinking that you're not doing okay. Remember, you're never trying to get something. You're not trying to do it to change something. Okay? You are walking around and being it. If you are not identifying as Neela who has it, you're not going to get it. Again, you're not lying, okay? The truth is whatever you say it is. Okay? So when people say to me, okay, but so when people say, I feel like I'm lying to myself, okay, you're already lying to yourself. Okay, when you said that the first version was the only truth. You're never choosing between the truth and a lie. You're choosing which truth to live in. Okay? There's no lying. All right? All possibilities exist. So just because you're always focused on what you see as solid and true as only one reality or one truth, because I was there, I experienced it, there's multiple versions of you experiencing different outcomes. You're just holding on to that one outcome. If you can think of another outcome, then that is the truth. You're not choosing between what's real and what's not real. You're choosing what is the truth for you. Do you understand? You are all versions of you right now. You are reality itself. You're all that is. There's nothing outside of you. Okay, it's like people who say, well, it's taken X amount of time. It's been X amount of time since they ghosted me, or since I've spoken to that family member, or that I've been trying to get this thing. Okay, but it's only been that X amount of time because you're still telling the story that it's been X amount of time when something happened. Okay, so you're still creating that right now. There is no story of what happened X amount of time ago because there's only now. You create it all right now. So there's no past unless you keep putting yourself there. Okay, remember, the past isn't behind you. It's not a place or a thing. The past is only a memory that you are thinking about right now, whether it's an event, a conversation, or a version that you keep bringing with you into this now moment. You are only ever present in the now moment. Even if your mind is off on some mental time traveling scenario. Okay? Because you are all versions, you're all reality. So you're going to remember all different versions of you. Okay? You're the one who keeps dwelling there. Not because it's true, but just because you say it's true. So you're not trapped in what was. You're trapped in what you still believe to be true. The past is just an illusion that you keep being fooled by. Okay, time is relevant. All memory is just now. You're not going back into history. You're just and changing something. You're just withdrawing your belief from a present thought. That's all. Okay, that's not my story anymore. Okay, so in any one moment, you can choose to see something as different right now by stop feeding the memory of events that you don't want to keep experiencing. Okay, you're holding on to versions of events in a reality that's not your preference or choice. And when you're holding on to it, you're creating more of who you're saying you are and what you're saying about that version of events or person. Everything is created in the here and now. That's why nothing is changing, because you keep telling that story. Okay, so you're being kept here in that loop, story loop. Okay, in every now moment, you're telling a story. So reality can't change. It's about who you're deciding you are. Be the version who is choosing your specific person who loves, adores, and wants only you and always has done. The version of you that is in that loving relationship. The version of you that is healthy, whole, and having a wonderful life in whatever form, money, okay? Because if you don't change, nothing will, because you're broadcasting it onto the screen of space and time. And it's not about remaining positive. Okay, it's not about doing that until you hopefully shift. You've got to shift and be there right now. Be in the desired version of you with the desired version of what you want. Okay, it doesn't happen in the future, it happens now. And that's where a lot of you fall down, because you're waiting for something to shift out there, measuring things by what's going on out there. Okay, so it's not going to shift. Right, what's the time? Got 10 minutes. You know, the success stories of my clients and other people's clients or anybody is because they don't focus on the reality that wasn't their preference. They knew that that reality couldn't be changed. That script was written. So that instead they focused within on the reality within themselves of being together with their person or having the money or having the successful job, dream home or whatever. Okay? Depends on what it's about, Stormy. Okay, because for those of you that, you know, have been following me a long time and I've said it all, the answer is in the question. If you're asking about you and a person, then you wouldn't be asking if you were the person who had it. A reading will just reflect your current energy or fears. Okay, so for those of you who know how it works, because I've been telling you for long enough, okay, you shouldn't be getting readings. You don't need readings. Because you're the change. It's what you say. What you say goes. Okay? There's no point, Stormy. Because I don't know which version of time and space I'm tapping into. It's whatever you say. I could be picking up on one timeline and you're in another timeline over here. Okay, so I don't do readings like that anymore. It's what you say. What are your thoughts when you think about JW? Where are your thoughts when you think about JW? That's your answer. That's the current energy. Okay? Yeah, but who are you? You're not being the version of you that feels loved and cherished by him. It's not about him. He's a reflection of who you say you are. You're still seeing him as separate from you. If you're his cosmic wife, you'll never, you know, if you wanted to be his proper wife, okay, then you saying I'm his cosmic wife means that you won't ever be his proper wife. You know, you have to decide what role this person plays in your life. Because they only exist because you're aware of them. JW only exists in your reality because you're aware of them, but it's how you're aware of them and the story you're telling around it. Okay? He's not off doing his own thing. Okay? He is literally, when you become aware of him, he is acting that part. Okay? Okay, man, what are we asking now? Or am I going to be refunding you? Because I've said it a million times. Okay, so which one are they? Both boys? Because I don't want to say she if they're he's. Rocky is she, Sultan a boy, yeah? Lovely. Okay. Coco is she. Right. Hello, Neural Huda. I'll just call you Nor. Let's go into Rocky's energy. Rocky. Okay. Right, Rocky does sense. I don't feel that she sees, okay, but she senses him around. Rocky definitely has. Look here. Very negative. She loved him. Okay, she loved him. Okay, so very negative and very, you know, very sad. Okay, definitely missing. Okay. So I concur with that. Yes, definitely. Okay, but she feels him around, and Spirit is saying she can't understand why she can sense him but can't interact, see. Okay, but yes, that's all you can do is comfort her and reassure her. Okay, you're stressed as well. Okay, I'm hearing stressed. they had a very strong soul connection as well. Spirit is saying, okay, and the strength, okay, that Coco was the stronger bird, okay, Spirit is saying. So Rocky would take that strength from her as well. Was Coco older? Hello, Nor, my lovely. I can't say the rest of your name. I don't want to crucify it. So I'll just call you Nor. Hello, my lovely. So Coco was older, yes. So that's why Rocky sort of had that, leaned on her as a good friend. Okay, but they were soulmates as well. Right. So yes, she is missing. Spirit, what can Iman do to help Rocky? I'm going to come to this one. Okay, just really saying that she is with your dad still. Okay, that Coco is with your dad. That doesn't really help with Rocky though. What's that one? Just work through this with her. Okay, that's like my work card. Just work through her. You know, mention Coco. Coco's still here. Okay, love you. You're beautiful. Remember, everything is energy. So like remember that Spirit is reminding me of the rice experiment where they talked positively to rice, told it was beautiful and it stayed lovely and clean. And when they spoke to the jar of rice in the water and they spoke negatively it died and went horrible a color. Okay, so always talk positive. You're so beautiful, you're so courageous, you're so strong, you're mummy's girl, you know, things like that. Do you understand? I wonder what she'll think about a new bird. Let's have a look. I'm hearing curious, okay, but remember, you're not replacing Coco. She wouldn't see it as a replacement, but it would be a distraction. But I can't guarantee they'll get on. Let's ask Coco's, do a mind probe, if you like, into Coco. Coco, would you accept another? Would you like another friend, another bird? No, I feel that she is too soon. It's too soon, and I think there would be a negative reaction. This is always like reacting. Like, look at this card. Who are you? What are you doing? You're not Coco. Okay, so I would wait. Okay, wait, because I feel it would be negative. She needs you more than another bird at the moment, okay? Leave it for a little while. Yeah. She doesn't want, she's not looking for a replacement or a distraction at the moment. You know, they've got to go through their grieving as well, their loss. And it can take a couple of weeks. Okay, so Sultan, how do you feel about, they want this one. I wanted this one for Sultan. Sultan's energy towards losing Coco. Yay, good. I'm the man of the house. Before I even did that, I felt not really bothered. The connection is still there. Okay, the connection's still there. A little bit up and down in his energy still. Okay, so you might notice that he's there. Overall, yeah, again, what's this? I'm the man now. I'm the boss. He's seen himself as the boss. Okay, because poor old Rocky's having a meltdown over there and he's stepping in as the boss. Yay, I'm top the bird now. I'm the top bird. So very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Right then, my lovelies. He is a naughty boy. He is a naughty boy. He's a cheeky boy. Ah, right, okay. Different species. What sort are they anyway? What are they? Are they a parrot of some kind, or Rocky and Coco, same species? Yeah. What are they? Cockatiel. Oh, they're so funny. I love watching cockatiels. They're noisy as hell, but I love watching the videos on YouTube. And Sultan a Quaker. Oh, right, hang on. I'm going to look that up. Quaker bird. Oh, a monk parakeet. All right. Is he blue or green? Blue. Okay. It's got a picture of a blue one and a green one here. Nice. Okay. And he is really loud and naughty. Even louder now. He thinks he's king of the roost. Yeah, just give Rocky lots of love and reassurance. Tell her she's beautiful. Tell her she's strong. Okay. She's a good girl. Okay. Especially if she's a cockatiel. Oh my God. Watching the ones on YouTube where they have little tantrums and things, and they, yes, very loving and that. Give her lots of hugs and reassure her. Lots and lots and lots. Okay. Right. I wanted to do the career. The career. I say that I call my husband a cockatiel because you know how they just ramble on and on and on. When he's off on one, I just say I'm going to slap his beak if he doesn't shut up. I say, you're being a cockatiel again. I'll slap your beak. If you don't shut up, smack your beak. What's behind, when you feel toxic, it's you're behind it. Okay, you're behind it. So look at where your thoughts are about it, or else you wouldn't be having a toxic experience about it. Okay, everything is you, Neela. Stop putting things outside of you. It's just a reflection of what you're broadcasting. Right, okay. Right, okay, let's get this career collective reading on the go. Right, Spirit, a career collective reading, please. Don't forget that the timestamps will be in the comment section at the end. Okay, this is for those of you looking for a job or a promotion or a pay rise. You've been noticed, okay, and there's news coming of an offer, all right, of an offer here. So it could be news of a promotion if you're wanting promotion. It could be news of a pay rise if you're wanting one of those, or it could be if you've been looking for a job, news of a job. Whenever I get this card, Spirit brings this, it means that somebody's noticed you, but the ball is in their court. Okay, what are they going to move you forward and upwards? Are they going to take you on? Are they going to call you for an interview? Okay, but as we have news coming and then this offer of something unseen, okay, then it's coming. Okay, just stand in your power. Okay, stay in your power, knowing your worth and value. Yes, that promotion is mine because I'm the best one for it. Okay, yes, of course I'm going to get a pay rise. I know my worth and value. Of course somebody's going to employ me. Okay, I know I'm good at my job. Okay, for some of you, it's, okay, two things Spirit is saying. Okay, for some of you, it's going to be a well-known company. Okay, may even be in a high-up building. Okay, but it's also significant of you moving up the ladder as well. Okay, yes, Spirit is saying. Okay, and a lot of you, it'll happen within a 2. So it could be within the next 2 weeks. Okay, it happening. So that's good. Yeah, something being revealed. Okay, so any of you wanting any of those 3 things, a new job, a promotion, a pay rise, a transfer somewhere, you know, remember it's not a personal reading, okay, but for the majority of the collection, it's certainly new times, okay, new times. Within a 2, within 2 days, within 2 weeks, okay, might be within 2 months for some of you, but you know, within the next 2 months. Right. You can do Neela if you want. That's entirely up to you. We'll end the session with your energy check-in and what Spirit wants to say. It's up to you, my lovely. I don't know if you can hear the rain. Only very loud rain. Okay, so while I'm waiting for Neela, just to remind you that the timestamps for all the 3 collective readings that I've done, the Spirit message, the love message, and the career message, will be pinned in the comments after the live. Okay. If you do want a reading outside of the live, then go to the description box, and also check out my channel because there are loads of shorts, there are loads of pick a card readings in their own playlist, so you don't have to pick through them, you can just whiz through a playlist. Okay, there's loads on there. It doesn't matter when I did them, they're not time sensitive. Okay, and if you have gone before I finish, then thank you for joining in. Thank you for your energy and your patience. Nor this is a paid readings only, my lovely. But the spirit, if it's, you know, if it's a spirit message, just a general, then go to the spirit message at the beginning, or check out any of my other readings, okay, on the channel. And don't forget to like the video or like the live if you like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so that you know when I'm next live. I do post in the, it's usually a Wednesday and a Sunday. Okay, between 7 and 9 p.m. UK time. You can also check out the community posts. I didn't bother posting for today because I'd already done the, set the live up as a premiere, if you like. And take care until next time, my lovelies. Sending you all love and light to you all, because I'll be doing Neela's reading. Okay, Neela. Right, so I'm just going to go into our spirit about your energy overall, okay? Probably quicker. Right, okay. That's the thing with the therapists. They keep going back into the past, which you don't need healing from. You just, like I said earlier, there is only now. The past only exists in your head. Okay? Right, okay. So, I want to one from here as well. Right, okay. I'm going to do it in the order that they were drawn. All right. So, remember, you are your magic wand. You're the magic wand. What you desire is already yours, or else you wouldn't desire it. When you're aware of something, whether as a thought or in the physical, okay, it's in your reality now. Okay, so you have the power to say how it goes. All right. So Spirit is saying you still got a lot of emotions. Cups are emotions, remember. Okay. You still got a lot of emotions that you need to shelf and just close the door on, because they're not serving you anymore. You're the one dragging them forward all the time and dwelling in them. Okay, which is still coming from judgment. You're wanting this rebirth. You're wanting the new, and you're wiser now, but you're still holding on to it. Okay, which is causing that conflict within yourself. You're arguing in your own head, that inner conflict. Let it go. Okay, be strong and have the confidence to let it go. It's not my story anymore. I'm not being dragged back into that version of me. Okay? You're not toxic. Okay? Who told you that? Who told you that? Yourself. We all have negative thoughts. We don't go around calling ourselves, oh, we're toxic. Okay? That's how your brain is wired. When you suffer things through your life, okay, and you have an emotion behind it, it makes you cry, or you laugh, or you're worried, or you're stressed, okay, that is held in your subconscious and it's held in your body. So when you start to have an experience again, or a thought of what if I'm not good enough, what if it hurts, what if this happens like before, or whatever, or love is dangerous, or love isn't safe, okay, or whatever, your body will start to protect you. Okay, warning sign, love isn't safe, it's dangerous. Okay, because you're familiar with that. That's all it is. It's your body, but you don't have to dwell in it. You can let it be there, observe it, but you're not your body. Your body is just the character of Neela, who's playing the part that you, as all that is, has given. Okay, observe that. Okay, I'm not giving you that experience anymore, Neela. I'm giving you the experience where you can have what you want. It's safe for you to have it. Okay? When you go to bed at night, look at all the things you go to bed worrying about. You're not going to bed seeing yourself as the version who has things and that you're worthy and good enough. Okay, that's where your victory lies. That's when your success will come. Okay, you're riding around waving your magic wand into what you're going to experience, whether it's good or bad. Nobody else is doing it. Nobody else is in your head. Okay, so walk away, close the door on the stories that you don't want, and only take the stories that you do want, the books that you do want forward. Swords are your thoughts. Okay, start setting boundaries with yourself. Okay, set boundaries within yourself. No, I'm not going to be dragged into that version of me anymore. I'm not that version of me anymore. That's not my story anymore. I'm deciding right here and now that this is how it is. I'm standing in my power. Okay, because if I don't change my thoughts, then nothing's going to change. So am I sick and tired of being this version of me? Yes, I fucking am. Because it's Groundhog Day. It's exhausting going through the same shit that I keep dragging forward and dwelling in. Okay, it stinks, Spirit just said. Okay, so when you come out of the cold and stop cutting your nose off to spite your face, Spirit is saying, okay, you'll go through you will experience your new beginnings. Okay, but you've got to be patient. Okay, I don't know how old you are, Neela, but even if you're in your 20s, that's 20 years of telling yourself a story coming from how you don't feel loved or worthy or good enough. Okay, you're not chosen, you're not prioritized. All right, so 33. So you've got 33 years of telling yourself a story and you're expecting to change it in 1 or 2 thoughts. Okay, be patient, be gentle with yourself. Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay, but you have to bask in your glory and sunshine. You're all that is. You're creating your life experience here. Remember, life isn't happening to you, it's happening through you, based on your awareness of it. Okay, your world isn't outside of you. This is you looking up at the world. You are the world. You're the world that you're going to experience. Okay, remember, all versions of you exist right now. So who, moment to moment, are you saying you are? What are you dragging forward from a so-called past that is just a memory that you can see as different? You can choose a different memory. Okay? You're the one who keeps dwelling there. You're the one putting things into the future instead of saying you have it now. Because the future is what you're saying you are now. Do you understand? Is what Spirit's saying. So when you play it back, you will understand. Okay, yes, this is a journey, but look how many times have they shown you the signposts? What are you still unclear about? What you say goes. So what direction are you choosing? To keep going back into a past that isn't really there anymore? It's just a memory? Okay? And sitting there talking with your therapist about the past that isn't there? And wondering why, because you're talking about it, you're keeping it in place. Okay? Release it. Let it go. Release that story. Okay, it's not serving you, and only nourish yourself with the story that you do want to hear and see. Okay? Angela, this is paid readings only, my lovely, and I am about to come off. It's not about trying to do better. It is about being. Who are you being, Neela? You're never trying to get something. You're giving it to yourself right now. Who are you being? In any one moment, you can change it all. Okay? It doesn't matter where you are in your physical body. It's where you are in your head. Your physical body and your physical environment is just a reflection, okay, that you are aware of. It's like Neville has said many times about people who are in prison. You're only seeing the bars, so you're keeping yourself in there. Okay, in your head, you can close your eyes and be anywhere. Spirit is saying, in other words, that's a lame-ass excuse. You're stuck in your head in a past that is not serving you. Stop going there. Stop taking yourself there. You're the one taking yourself there and experiencing more of it. Remember, I've already explained about the past in this video and last week's video. It's not something that's behind you. Move forward. You know, I love this hermit card because it's not a hermit who stood still reflecting. It's a hermit who's got a dream catcher, who's got his light and he's going, fuck that, I'm going after my dreams. Okay? Whether, you know, physically or mentally. It's not stuck. Okay, my lovelies. Anything else, Neela, before I go? Or do you understand that? Listen back. Listen back again and again and again and again and again. And we're at 2 hours, 11 minutes odd. Okay, so you know it was about 2 hours. Okay. Righty-ho, my lovelies. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you for listening. Hope something resonated with you. I will, as soon as this live ends, go back and put the timestamps in for the free collective readings that I did. Okay, so you can watch them back if you want to listen to them again. If these ones tonight don't resonate with you, then go back to the other lives, look at the other timestamps for the previous ones. Okay, remember, they're not time sensitive. All right, my lovelies, love and light. Catch up with you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.